Today, I'm going to ask and answer one simple question. Can anyone become a pro Minecraft builder? More specifically, me. Can I do that? There's just one small problem with that. I'm not a builder. I'm a Minecraft programmer. I make things explode. Look, even the cannon's shaking his head. He's not gonna be able to do this, is he? Why am I doing this? Well, I'm gonna let you in on one of my dreams. Editor Avid, cut that stupid music. My dream is to one day join one of the great Minecraft SMPs. And before you get all up in arms in the comments, blah, 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 that they don't invite that blah, blah, blah. The reason dreams are dreams is because sometimes they're unattainable. But because we have those dreams, they force us to change and grow and learn new things. And for those dreams to have even the smallest chance of coming true, I need to learn to build. Like, really learn to build. And don't worry, guys. I've got a plan. I'm going to bring in the best Minecraft builders I know, and I'm going to show them builds that you guys sent to me. And after I've learned everything I possibly can, I'm going to create my greatest, most mega build of all time in under 24 hours. Is this even possible? Well, let's find out in today's episode. Zeplington, this one is called The Mines at the Rocky Cliffs. And I bet you can imagine what is going to be in this map.
Some mines?
Yes. Anything else?
Maybe some rocky cliffs?
Oh yeah, big time.
Whoa.
What?
What is this? It's intimidating.
Yes, like the first thing I noticed with this build is the scale. And I think the village along the side of it is kind of making the cliff look like even bigger.
Yeah, it gives it some perspective.
I know, like already this thing is ridiculous, but believe me, there's actually more if we go through this tunnel right here.
I feel an interior coming along here.
There's a brief interior.
Are you sure?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. Here we are.
What?
Here we are, Zep.
Wow, I can't really. I think it's too big for me to even see. I knew I was right to feel intimidated.
Where is the advice? What can I learn from this, dude?
Shape.
Yeah,
start simple.
Yeah.
So 2 massive boxes and a few smaller slabs to join them together, and then take a good look at it, stare at it for hours, even if that's what it takes, and figure out what you like about it and what you don't like.
One thing that I notice, you're really great at texturing, especially when it comes to making texturing look like something look weathered.
Wow. Well, to make it look like my builds, I do something that BDOS taught me in his videos, and that's to create artificial shadows. So I would come up to these parts here and I would make darker. So I would start with like before, with broad strokes, and then come back in and refine it later. With
the right texturing, that instantly adds more depth. So much more depth.
It's like a little trick. If you want to break up a big blank space, you don't have to over detail it. You just have to put a little bit of detail in it just to show that it's more than a blank space.
All right, Mr. Zeplington, what I've taken the most from our conversation, and I've learned a lot, is trying to texture in a way that creates natural looking shadows.
Yeah, but don't go overboard.
Don't go overboard.
You'll figure it out.
I don't know how to not go overboard.
I trust you. You'll figure it out.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It all starts with basic shapes. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a bunch of basic shapes here. This thing's going to be really big. And hopefully it looks even bigger with that mountain in the background. So let's get to work. Time lapse. I decided to use wool to prototype out my build, figure out the basic shape of it, the size of it, and it turns out using wool was a good idea for later. There it is. It's done. That's it. That's the whole castle. What do you think? How'd I do? Did I learn to build today? Obviously, it's not done, but this is going to give us a sense of the scale. Like, the really cool thing is this shape is about the same height as the mountain behind it. But because that mountain is so far in the background, this castle looks even bigger. Obviously, I'm going to have to bring the terrain up to meet the castle here, and there is no way this village is going to survive. And to give you a sense of just how big this build is, look at this. I'm standing down at the blue part, and it just goes all the way up to the sky. Now, I know a bunch of you are probably saying, Avid, this looks like you took a bunch of kitty blocks and stuck them together. This is not a Minecraft build. But trust me, you need to trust the process, because what we're going to do next is we're going to actually carve our build out of this design. But I'll be honest, I need help from another pro builder. And here we are.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh man, another portal. Nice.
Uh-huh. So this one is called Spires of Otherside. And Otherside is like, in my lore, is like another dimension.
Okay.
So try to get like a feeling for like the alienness and the scale of everything. I'd love to know what you think. So I have no idea how to texture. Like, this path here has some really nice texturing that blends it in with the environment around it.
Yeah, so like if you break it down, like this is just kind of like dithering. I'll send you an image.
That's so cool. So it's a texture-based gradient rather than in a color-based gradient. Goo Mountain. Look at
Goo
this.
Mountain.
Isn't
That's
that
cool.
neat? The building tells a story. Like, that these mountains have this like organic gummy substance in them. It feels very natural that this is what would happen if you pulled one of these mountains apart. Like, there's some kind of candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It did give me Candyland vibes. Like, it's
Right?
all just like made out of bubble gum.
Uh-huh. One thing that you told me when we were on a call a while ago, because I was like, how do you build? It's obviously, you get that question probably so often. One thing you told me was you're like, it's all about circles.
Oh yeah. Well, for YouTube. Yeah, just like having those thumbnails.
Circles?
Big time.
Circles.
Yeah. Every single time. Like, I'm like, how can I make this build into a circle? But a different type of circle than the last one, so people don't think it's super obvious.
Taking notes. Okay, well then, speaking of circles, right about here, and if you look up,
Whoa, that's a lot of circles. This is a spiral.
a circle. It's a circle.
Glass is always my go-to when trying to show like magic or some sort of like light. I think they have light blocks right next to these as well.
Oh yeah.
And you can do a lot with that too. I've done that with like Aurora Borealis. Yep.
Oh, they did.
So you can go even further with this, and you can take a brush and of like level 15 and mask it to the light blocks, and then you can like have a gradient of lights. Light
Oh,
blocks.
that's so cool. If you didn't have the light blocks, this thing would be in pitch blackness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I'm gathering is the building process involves shapes first. You know, you kind of get your geometries down, the perspectives, the landscape.
Turning it into a paint by number helps a lot.
That's really cool. I have a lot of ideas. I took a lot of notes, and I think I'm definitely going to use that in my build.
Awesome. Perfect. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much, buddy. I really hope I can impress you. I really, really do. So, yeah, you could say I am ridiculously inspired after talking with Shovel. And in order to get this build to a paint by numbers, as Shovel says, I'm going to have to add a lot more wool and chisel out the basic shape that I'm going for. So, let's time lapse. I started right away on the terraforming as well as working out a basic entrance. Then I started to chisel away at the build to try to get a sense of how the shaping would work when I really color this thing. I then had to figure out how to transition from squares to circles, and I found that using a 12-sided polygon, a dodecagon, was a nice smooth way to do that, and I love how it turned out. Finally, I'm not gonna be a building slacker. I needed to texture out the sides of the build as well as the back. Yes, I will do the back. I can't promise it's gonna look as good as the front, but this is still, it looks amazing. To make this build paint by numbers, I changed out some of the colors of the texturing, and you'll see how we use that in a bit. But then I started to hollow out a very basic interior. Guys, don't get your hopes up. I'll add to it more later, but for now, I am ridiculously proud of this build. 14 hours. I mean, just look at the replay footage. 3 hours, 4 hours. Yeah, this adds up to 14. Oh my gosh. And I don't even have an interior. Why do people do this to themselves? Nah, I'm mostly kidding. This was such a fun project to work on. And obviously there's a lot more work left to do. But we've finally gotten the build to a place where I can start painting it. You see, each one of these wool colors represents a different gradient that I plan to use. And if I do it right, painting this thing should take far less than 14 hours. Editor Avid here, and oh, past Avid, you have no idea. But before I get the strength to do that, I think I need a visit from one more friend. Marmalade?
Mm-hmm.
This town, it's called this. Hi, I'm over here. Hello.
You went here and I turned around and you were just suddenly there.
Here, hold on a second. Marmalade? Marmalade? What? No. This one's called Temporal Shimmer. It has a build palette that I've never really seen, and the style is so different. And I want to get your opinion on it.
Oh no, I'm excited.
Go ahead.
Okay,
You lead the way.
this way?
And we'll walk around and we'll talk about it.
Am I supposed to be going somewhere?
I mean, this is a barn, but there's a path that goes that way.
Yeah. I thought this was like a doorway.
This is it. Yeah, this is it. This is the whole
Right,
thing.
This is very cool. I like this path.
How about this?
Is that good?
This fish.
This is very good. Oh, fish in a barrel. Nice. This is illegal.
Oh, they're so cool though.
They've cut the top off.
They look like little turnips. I love it.
Illegal apples.
Look at them though. They're so cute. Very illegal though.
Very
So
illegal.
Their crimes are adding up.
Oh, there's a little person.
This little guy, yeah, they did a lot of armor sand stuff, which no other submission did anything like this.
That is a big thing of building, is telling a story.
How do you do that in a build though?
Giving things purpose. So like having like the barrels with the fish, right? Like that tells the story that it's a fishing dock because there's literally fish in a barrel that must have been caught by someone.
This is the color palette.
Sandstone is a really nice, it's an interesting neutral block because obviously it's got a yellow hue to it.
Yeah, you're right. And it goes well with some of these other colors like the greens in here, the yellow of that stained glass.
Is this Mabel?
Could be. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
That might just be your face.
It's your face.
It's your face.
Yeah, it looks more like your face than it looks like my face. Let's stand next to it. Come here. Oh, okay, it does look a lot like my face. That's my face. Talking about blocks that give purpose, look at how they've made a little chimney there.
This
it's
is
right,
very cool.
right above the furnace like that. That's nice.
Is there a chimney outside?
Oh.
Does it line up? It
Oh my
does.
gosh. Oh,
That makes it even better.
Let's
There you
go. Let's go.
If you build a chimney, it has to line up with the fireplace inside. It has to line up.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Kind of take a step
Okay,
away and just look at this.
I like this tower. This is very cool. This is very like structurally accurate.
Accurate, and to your point on like making purpose, look at this counterweight. So this dome has me ridiculously inspired.
This is very cool. Is this going to be the boss room?
I think this will definitely be the boss room. Yeah, I like the moon or like the gears, the cogs, and I'm kind of getting like a celestial vibe from this floor pattern. There's one last piece here in this town. Apparently you punch this out and then we go down. Secret tunnel. I'll go
I
first.
think you should go first.
You're in creative.
We've covered this. I don't trust you.
That's the saddest sound I've ever heard.
I'm never going to be able to use ladders again. I'm going to be traumatized.
I can't hurt you in creative.
You can hurt me psychologically.
They're repeating designs. I really like, some people maybe would be like, oh, you know, you're reusing, but I think it's smart to try to use the same
It's
shapes.
a motif.
Motif, yes. Sometimes I see people diving through the underwater cave. I wonder where it ends up. I really want to know, but I don't have any diving gear.
That sounds like a clue to me.
I think we're going through the water. How long can you hold your breath in real life?
Quite a long time actually. When I
No.
was a kid, I used to pretend to be a mermaid.
Didn't we all?
Like a lot though. Like a lot.
A lot? What are we talking? What do you mean a lot? Like, what are we talking?
Like I took it to like the real extreme end. Like I used to go swimming in the sea with, you know, the salt.
Okay.
And goggles because mermaids don't wear goggles, and I used to open my eyes.
No. Well, Marmalade.
Ooh.
Why don't you go through the?
That's it. I've got to change my name now. Thanks. Lighting is a really good way to show like the pathway. Like the fact that we
Yeah.
can see a light here
Yeah.
is like, oh look, we have to go up to that.
You seeing that?
Ooh.
You seeing that there?
Ooh. Oh
Right.
my goodness.
Oh.
This is very cool. I like this. I like how
Oh, the
steep
rope
it
bridge.
is. And then it levels out a bit, and then it gets shallower. These like purple crystals
Mm-hmm.
are amazing.
They are. The way they encased the crystal
Mm-hmm.
with the glass makes it look like it has this like luminescence, you know? So from a color theory and color perspective, what do you think's done right about this room, and how can I learn from it?
There's not a lot of different colors. They've stuck with the kind of yellow brown block palette. They've got the contrast of like light and dark, but there's no like bright color contrast. And then you come down here and there's suddenly this really bright purple, which I think is amazing. It makes it like so much more impactful.
Contrast doesn't have to be bright and light and dark. It can also be colors, and I think I need to use that with this build that I have in mind. I have this. I'm gonna do it.
But
Faith in
don't
me?
use both. I have faith in you. Just don't combine. Either pick color contrast or light and dark contrast. Don't
Okay.
do both.
Okay. I think I can do that. Can I do it? Do you think I can do it?
Yeah, you could do it. I believe in
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't help but notice that these chimneys do actually line up. It looks like Mojang is Marmalade approved. And yes, by the way, it's Mojang, not Mojang. Mojang, they're a Swedish company. The J sound isn't even in the Swedish language. I mean, how do you guys say Mojang? Do you say Mojang? It's Mojang. Is it Mojang? I don't know. Let me know. But guys, we learned a ridiculous amount from Marmalade. Most importantly, our build needs to tell a story. And if you guys have been following my channel, then you know that this build is the Frozen Keep. Oh, I could do a whole episode of lore on this thing. Or, you could go back and watch all of my amazing videos. But the short version of it is, this is the headquarters of the Mages of Light. They're basically the good guys in my adventure map. The second thing that we talked about with Marmalade is color. And honestly, that's the part that intimidates me the most. Because yes, now it's time to color the Frozen Keep. And I've never really been a good painter or a good artist, so the fact that I've even gotten this far, I'm really proud. And to send us off into our final time lapse for today, I'm going to play some advice from the wonderful Bob Ross.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Just don't worry about it. Learn how to use what happens.
Learn how to use what happens. Okay. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. I was scared. And I know that seems ridiculous. We're just placing blocks in a video game, but I had just spent the last 12 hours shaping this sculpture. And if I couldn't paint it, I would have wasted all of that time, and honestly, I would have let myself and my friends down. Can you teach me how to build? I had to channel the advice all my friends had given me. I don't know. With the exterior texturing done, I was faced with the monumental task of building the ice fields. And to be honest, guys, I was completely out of steam. But then something clicked. I stopped worrying about making mistakes, and I just started placing blocks. I came up with my own tools, my own gradients, and before I knew it, I was ready for the interior. In this moment, I felt something change. It wasn't immediately obvious, but I would look at the clock and hours would have gone by, but it felt like minutes. Past me would have never even attempted a project like this. Past me probably would have never even known where to begin, but here I was breezing through the most important location in my entire adventure map. Talk about telling a story with a build. Guys, this is the Frozen Keep. It's where the Mages of Light gathered to defeat the Old One and the Soulless in the First Age of Darkness. I pictured the brightest mages of this world walking these halls, sharing ideas and solving the greatest problems of humanity. But also, a keep is not a college. It's built to guard something. At this point, we were 22 hours into building, and we still had 2 major rooms to go. The first of which was the Great Hall, where the mages would gather and determine the fate of humanity. As for the second and final room, guys, I promise we'll get to that. But first, let's just appreciate this gorgeous nebula ceiling. It's so cool. I don't know. 22 hours of building. That is an unhealthy amount of building. If I had known I would be building this long, I probably wouldn't have built this long. And I mean, exteriors are one thing. But once you get the shading and the color palette down, they can go pretty quickly. But interiors, Oh, interiors. They just don't end, because with them you can keep adding more details. By the way, there's the village that I buried. Interiors are just endless because you can keep adding more blocks and item frames in every single little nook and cranny. I mentioned we have one more room to get to, and we only have 2 more hours to do it. But I wanted to point out something I didn't show in the time lapse. This banquet hall is also a portal room, just like the one in Vilethorn and the one that the people of the deep are trying to make. And I've really got to figure out where every single one of these portals is going to go, but that is certainly for another episode. Because as I mentioned, we do have one more room left to build. And guys, yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one. How big, you ask? Well, it's huge. It's the dome. The dome. Why did I make a dome? Now I have to fill the dome. And what's worse is I have this giant organic structure in mind, and I have no idea how to do organics. So you know what that means? We've got to talk to one more friend. You're in a boat.
Ooh,
Yes.
a ship, a boat. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you want to talk about this?
Oh, I wanna look at this and talk about this, and oh my god, this is so cool. Wow, this is such an awesome island style.
What stands out to you?
Very nice terraforming too. Oh, this is so cool. Every little bit of land is so unique. I love this house. I love the orange, and it's just got a very pirate shape. It almost looks like this roof shape was like the hull of a ship, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And then like flipped it upside down.
Yeah, it does look like that. There's this cave down here.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What is
How cool is that?
this?
It's like a little secret gemstone.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the lighting when you get in here, it's nice.
Mhm.
Oh, this is an awesome atmosphere.
By the way, you haven't seen anything yet. I just want to let you know with this build.
I haven't seen anything yet.
You haven't seen anything
Okay.
yet. What do you think is like the 1 or 2 things that really stand out about this build that I could really learn from?
I'd say it uses a lot of height variation, and that is
Yeah.
super appealing.
The height, it really it reminds me a lot of like a Dark Souls type map, if you're familiar with how they work with height a lot in their maps. Let me bring you back to the boat for a second, because there is more of a story to be told. If you just push that button.
All right. 2 corrupted. What is the world file like corrupted? What is this?
Okay,
Oh my god.
Let's-
What is going on?
let's take a look now at the Isles of Glacé, but they've been taken over by a giant beehive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now this is one way to tell a story.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Check out the beehive in the middle. Once you get there, it's dangling down like a uvula almost.
Oh, it's like sticking to the roof. That's so cool.
With the
Wow.
like the invasive tendrils.
It's got all these spirals going around. It just adds so much motion.
Yes.
Wow.
I struggle with organics.
They're kind of fun because you really just get to, here, let's look at this tree, for example. You have to like imagine the tree is like flowing in the wind, and you have to just, I look at a lot of reference images for trees, or just like from memory, you just imagine kind of branches that like come from the main middle part and then just go like up and out. Probably looking at an oak tree in real life and just like observing how the branches, do they go up? Do they go sideways? But I'm no expert, so don't, yeah.
You're an expert. That's why I brought you here. Don't say that.
I'm no expert with tree biology. Wait, biology?
Yeah.
Plant biology?
But what's the plant?
Science?
Science. Science. I guess wish me luck. I think I can do something, not like this, but I think I have something in mind, and I think you've definitely helped me a lot. So thank you so much.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. So, we have 1 room left to go with some kind of organic structure, and we have 2 hours left to do it. Or should I say, we have no rooms left to go and no more hours to do it, because I made it. I made the room. And rather than showing the whole thing off in a time lapse, I have a much better idea. There's one more builder friend that I want to bring on and show this build to. And let's just say he happens to know a thing or two about frozen biomes. And yes, that is a penguin behind me. And yes, we're about to go see Leon. Okay, let's go. Leon? Leon?
Yes. Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Leon.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
hi.
Hello. Wow.
Hi, yeah.
Welcome.
How you doing? Is this your house?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, just this is making a quick dinner. But what's up, man? How you doing?
You don't know this. I've kind of kept some things secret from you. Well, you were away on a vacation. I hope it was a lovely time.
I've been out of the loop on a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect because I've been trying to become a pro Minecraft builder.
Have you now? That's very interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I want to see what you've been up to.
I decided to give myself 24 hours, 24 build hours. I'm going to show it to you and you're going to tell me if you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited to see what you did, dude.
Yeah, crazy enough, I built it in your backyard since this is canonically where you live now. You don't have Bobby, so your render distance, I can already see it, but it's this way.
Oh, okay. I see little things loading in.
Do you see a rock, perhaps?
I see a rock. I see what looks to be some sort of like bridge or balcony up there. Oh my. Okay. Wait a minute. This is large.
It's quite large. I made a mistake on that. Yeah.
24 hours, huh? This is...
If you want to fly up, we can look at the outside. We have to enter from the door, but we can fly up. Right here, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just take a quick look around. Ooh, this is neat. I like this. The gradient is quite nice.
Gradients on the little glaciers?
What do you call it? Yeah, the little pixelation between the snow and the ice. That's a very nice touch. It looks really good.
Wait, I'm remembering. That is called, I learned, what? Don't worry, I'll be cutting out most of this, or I might keep all this in. There it is. It's called dithering. Oh, by the way, there's a little scavenger hunt in here. It's not that hard.
Okay.
You just need to find the penguin.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think I can do that.
Okay.
Got a whole lot of colors going on here. Blue, science, the murals with the warm colors. Mm-hmm. This is really nice. I'm a fan. Sorry, I'm looking for the penguin.
Swirly.
Neat little staircase. I like the glass. It's very like enchanted, very like crystalline. Like I'm sure that was all on purpose, as it definitely goes with the vibe. I see the white lightning rods. Very nice.
I did a Leonism. Yes, I was hoping.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Minecraft paintings are kind of derp city, you know?
Yeah, and they're a little small for the scale you're working on.
Exactly. So why not do like a little bit of modern art that, maybe resembles something like a penguin?
Perhaps. I've been looking around. I've been looking for
Haven't seen one yet,
color
huh?
schemes. Haven't seen one yet. I've seen things that are possibly penguin adjacent, but no.
That's penguin adjacent. That's not the penguin you're looking for, but that is penguin adjacent. Yeah. Pardon my manners. My lime is sticking out.
No worries. No one saw anything. Second hallway.
The same hallway, but this one has a doorway.
Okay, let's see what's down this way. Yeah. Wow, this is big.
This is the Great Hall.
And you've done a totally different kind of color scheme on the pillars.
Yes.
That's the first thing that stuck out to me. We've done, you've done a lot of light blocks, a lot of blue. You've got a whole bunch of dark black, the basalt and blackstone on the sides, and little bowls of food. That's fantastic.
The pillars were tough because I started with like lots of blackstone, and the gradient was just so noisy.
You said they were tough, but I don't see any tough in them.
No, tough. Like it was difficult. Was that?
That's the joke.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Dang it.
No. Oh, hey, what? Buddy.
Do you
That's
see?
That's a certain little penguin. I see a certain something back here.
You found it. You did it.
It's a cute little guy. Yeah.
His little Tootsie Rolls sticking out, the little feetsies like that.
There we go. No, I am part of the art installation. I've been glued up here.
Okay. So the audience has not seen this room yet.
Okay.
I tried my hand at an organic.
Did you now? Okay.
Yes.
That's exciting. That's really exciting.
I am. This is my favorite room in the whole castle.
Okay.
And I'm so excited for you to see it. So, I'm gonna let you go first. And
all right. Ooh, this is exciting.
Go on in.
Dude, wait a minute. That's an insane it doesn't even matter what attempt it is. If this was your 100th attempt, it would still be insane, dude.
Thank you.
Like the way the light comes in, the block choices, the shape of the leaves, that is phenomenal, dude. I'm gonna fly a little bit if you don't mind
fly.
here.
Feel free, fly, please. Yeah. You know, I wanted a bonsai in here. I wanted an organic. I looked up some reference images, which was the suggestion from Ash, and I just kind of went for it.
I'm now noticing the gradient along the outer walls, which is so cool. The melons are a nice touch.
Melons are the coolest block. They are such a beautiful little lime color. I love them.
There's a smithing table right here.
Yeah.
I just noticed
Well,
that.
yeah,
You're
'cause
crazy for that.
You gotta go from the dark red to a wood, and that's a nice little middle ground there, right?
I've never ever thought of using one of those. Dang, dude.
Well, while we're here at the tree, I guess my goal and my journey with this whole process was to see if I could build like a pro builder. How do you think I did?
I think you knocked this out of the park, man. Like, seriously. I don't know what possessed you in those 24 hours and what you did, but whatever you did, the results turned out phenomenal, and you've done an incredible job with this. I am seriously impressed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm seriously impressed by this, man.
Can anyone become a pro Minecraft builder? Well, you be the judge.